You know, at one point, procrastination will affect every single one of us, and at its worst can seem like the most colossal mountain to overcome. And you know, J.K. Rowling, when she famously finished writing the first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, really struggled to write. She would procrastinate and could not write what would ultimately make her one of the richest people on the planet until she figured out how to overcome it. And like many of us, she went through her own personal challenges. She went through the public breakup of her marriage and lost her mother. But she would wake up every morning, take her daughter to school, and head to a local cafe where she would write for hours before returning home. And then she would go the next day, and again the next day, and the next day. And she built a routine that would fundamentally help her create the most famous book series in history, arguably. And she was a seemingly ordinary woman who managed to achieve extreme success by overcoming procrastination. Okay, so different setup today. I'm in my kitchen, reason being, the light was good. And I wanted to talk to you today about overcoming procrastination because it affects us all. And yes, even me. My name is Dr. Jude. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I have sat a lot of exams, done a lot of grueling recruitment processes and interviews, and had to travel the world doing courses and conferences and speaking arrangements. And there's a lot of pressure to be prepared and to study and prep. And sometimes it's just difficult to get up and go. But it becomes a problem when it becomes overwhelming and crippling. And we're wasting days away doing frivolous activities and tasks rather than doing what it is that we really need to be doing, such as the life admin, researching, starting your script, writing your book, building a project, I don't know. And if you're not sure how bad it is, open your phone, go to settings and check your screen time and see how much time you're spending on random apps. And just think what you could do if you put some of those hours towards working towards your goals. In the colossal book, Atomic Habits, James Clear emphasizes the importance of building good habits and how small incremental changes over time can have colossal results, and to focus more on building the habit rather than the outcome. Clear sets out a 4-step framework for building atomic habits. Make it obvious, make it easy, make it attractive, and make it satisfying. But that might be the stumbling block, because if a task isn't easy, isn't fun, or attractive, then we just never want to start. In the book, Still Procrastinating by Joseph Ferrari, he says that we need to know what type of procrastinators that we are.
But there are 20% of men and women, and there's no significant sex difference, of men and women who are chronic procrastinators. To tell the chronic procrastinator, just do it, would be like saying to a clinically depressed person, cheer up.
And he identifies 3 main types. He talks about the arousal types of procrastinators. Those are people who wait until the last minute to feel that rush of adrenaline to get up and do what they need to do. The avoidant types who just avoid tasks to avoid the stress or the fear of failure. And the decisional procrastinators who just avoid making decisions and therefore never start. Now, I want to discuss some of the strategies for overcoming that resistance, that feeling of being heavy. But before I do, if you're getting value from this video, please hit that like button. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, usually it is that exact task that we are avoiding that we need to do to unlock the next level that we are trying to get to in terms of reaching our goals. Because things that are easy and don't progress us are painless, they're fun, they give us that rush of dopamine that we crave, but they end up having no overall effect on our lives. And besides the low level of productivity, there are other negative effects of avoiding tasks, such as increased stress and anxiety, poor sleep, and overall well-being. The good news is we can all get much better at dealing with procrastination. It affects all of us, even high achievers. And actually, quote unquote, successful people are some of the worst affected because of unrealistic expectations, fear of failure, and pursuit of perfectionism. In the book Still Procrastinating by Joseph Ferrari, he emphasizes the importance of understanding the root cause of procrastination and gives practical, tangible tips for overcoming it. Allow me to summarize. Identify the type of procrastinator that you might be and try to understand the challenges that you're facing. Set achievable goals and deadlines, and here's the key. Break it down to smaller, achievable tasks. Use calendars and to-do lists to stay on track. Establish routines and avoid distractions. For example, if you need to study for 2 hours every evening, start small. Build the routine. 45 minutes, phone off, no distractions, focus, zone in, you time. That's time for you to read, study, prepare, whatever. But that time is non-negotiable. And eventually you will be able to build up to spending more time doing that rather than watching Netflix in the evenings. Recognizing negative thought patterns and beliefs that are contributing to your procrastination or your pursuit of perfectionism. For me personally, when it comes to creating YouTube videos, I will never forget the saying, done is better than perfect, because nobody cares about the perfect idea in your head. For example, this very video had grand plans. 2 camera setups, 3 lights, a studio, documentary style production. But actually, I had a couple of hours free in the afternoon and I wanted to speak to you about procrastination, and it was therefore much easier for me to do it in my kitchen on the windowsill using the natural light. I think the most powerful tip for overcoming procrastination is starting small. Build a routine, but be consistent. As I said before, if you want to reclaim 2 hours in the evening to work on your goals, then perhaps start with 20 minutes. Sit at your desk every evening for 20 minutes. Phone off, no distraction, go all in on your goal for 20 minutes. The simple act of showing up will build consistency, will build a habit that will become much easier to scale over time. Persistence and habit are 2 powerful tools that I have used over the last decade to accomplish some things that I never thought I would be able to when I set out on that path. Just look at what it did for J.K. Rowling. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.